I was about to propose to my crush of 10 years, until her best friend revealed the truth. So I have had a mega crush on my GF ever since school days. We were in the same school, although she was one class ahead on me. Now my crush was such that everyone in my school knew, like if I was anywhere near her people would just give a mischievous smile to the both of us. If we were sitting near each other then my friends would tease me mercilessly, lol. In short, it was impossible for her to not know about it. But I never had the courage to ask her out. After school we moved to different parts of the world for our education and we were not even Facebook friends. Anyways, around 3.5 years ago I was attending the birthday celebrations of a friend when I saw her again. It was her alright, only she had become even more gorgeous and badass. The friend whose birthday I was attending was a mutual friend from our school and he of course knew about my crush. There were 2 or 3 more mutual friends there who also knew and they kept encouraging me to go and talk to her. So I finally went up to her with my heart in mouth and had a small talk with her. She of course recognized me from school and we had a nice talk and then we exchanged numbers and socials. So, with great trepidation I did some light detective work to find out if she is single or not. To my great relief I didn't find the presence of any guys in her feed so my hopes went up a little. I reached out to her to hang out fully expecting her to turn me down but she accepted, to my GR8 surprise. So we hung out and I found out that we have a lot in common and then we decided for a next meetup. Things picked up from there and eventually we became boyfriend and girlfriend. She is everything I expected and more, plus she is also extremely happy with our relationship. We have been discussing marriage too. Anyways, last weekend we hosted her BFF and husband for a dinner at our house. The BFF is someone whom I had known during our school days and she is a good friend too. After dinner we were shooting the breeze and except me everyone was pretty drunk, as they were staying the night at our place. So we were talking when her drunk BFF suddenly turned to my GF and said, "Look how happy you are today and I feel some sense of pride after looking at you too." I smiled and said, "Well, thank you." Then she continued talking to my GF and said, "You didn't even want to give this guy a chance and only agreed when I pestered you to go on a pity date with him and your plan was to let him down easy after the said date. But instead you guys are sitting here talking about your future together and it makes me so happy that I convinced you to take a chance with him. Can you imagine if you had stuck to your original plan?" Her husband by now realized the awkwardness and led her away to sleep. I could see in my GF's face that she was visibly stressed. So we went to bed too and when she came to bed after changing clothes she was already in tears. She took my hand in hers and said, "Please don't mind her words." I asked her is it true and she admitted yes it was. She knew I always had a massive crush on her so when I asked her out she didn't want to be mean by turning me down harshly. So she discussed it with her BFF who was also her roommate at the time about the situation. The BFF knew me so she tried to convince her to give me a chance but the GF was not convinced. Finally the BFF asked her to go on 2 to 3 dates with me and then let me down easy and GF agreed. But then she found out we really clicked together and wanted to continue dating and well, here we are 3 years later. I hugged her and said it's okay, don't worry about it too much as it's water under the bridge. But as you guys can tell it's obviously bothering me. And I think she has started to catch on too as she has been extra attentive and loving to me since the incident. So, on the one hand I am the guy who is literally going to be engaged and eventually married to my crush, and it's even better because our relationship just how I imagined to be, only 10 times better. On the other hand it does sting a little to know that she only agreed to go out with me because she pitied me, NGL. Please knock some sense into me before I self-sabotage this wonderful relationship.